Hello, welcome back to Amber's Horoscope Tarots. This is going to be a reading for Pisceans for July 2018. I'm going to be using my normal free tarot decks, the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, the Art of Gaia, the Art of Tarot deck, and the Messenger Oracle deck. Sorry, I've got cat hair on me. So, first thing I'm going to do is draw the Oracle card for Pisces. And the Oracle card for Pisces for July is Share Your Thoughts. So this is an overarching message to bear in mind for the entire month. You have hopes, dreams, goals, and ideas. Do not guard your ideas jealously, nor keep them locked within for fear that another may steal them, or offer ridicule instead of support. It is time to share your vision. Tell Great Spirit and Gaia of your dreams and hopes so they may send you what you need. Speak of your dreams to others. Connect with those who share your goals and hopes, for they may be able to help you realize your dreams sooner. Okay, now I'm going to draw the Art of Tarot cards. Okay. Now the Dreams of Gaia. So the first two cards for the first week of July, we have the Death card and the Five of Water reversed. So the Death card is a card that means new beginnings. The Death card is a card that means the ending of a cycle of events, so that new opportunities can thrive. It means letting go of the past. This could be old ways, old past, old pain. It's a time to embrace a new paradigm, a new future, a new cycle, a new phase in your life. It's a very good card to have. And this has been paired with the Five of Water reversed. The water cards are about our emotions. Okay, so both these cards together indicate that Pisceans may have been feeling a little hard done by recently, a little bit sorry for themselves. This could be a long-term mindset or specific to recent events. Whatever the case may be, you found yourself getting into a mindset that you're looking at your life and feeling it's not good enough. You may be regretting actions of your own in the past. You may be beating yourself up because of things you may have done in the past. You may be feeling that others have treated you poorly, not appreciated you. Whatever the case may be, you've got yourself into a mindset where you've been feeling sorry for yourself, or you've been expecting others to feel sorry for you. This can manifest as a victimhood mindset. Oh, poor me, I'm always the victim. The world is always against me. Nothing ever goes right. The Death card in this situation is telling you that, okay, now's the time that stops. Now's the time for you to change the way you're thinking about life and about yourself. This is an opportunity at the beginning of July for a shift in your reality. A shift in the way that you perceive yourself and the world around you. It's a gentle reminder with the reversed Five of Water that harking back to the past all the time is not benefiting you. It's time to let go of the past, to draw a line in the sand, and decide that now is a time that you are going to wake up and you are going to look at life through rose-tinted lenses. You're going to look at all the good things that are happening to you, not the things that you wish were happening but aren't happening. You need to stop blaming others for the way that they treat you, because people only treat you how you allow them to and how deep down you want them to. We all act as mirrors to each other, to our subconscious desires. We all read body language and auras, and we read the energy from another person, and we pick up on these cues, and then our behaviours will adapt to shift so that we are reflecting back to people what they want us to do. Think about a situation where is there anybody in your life you spend time with who is argumentative? Do you find yourself suddenly becoming argumentative when you don't really want to be argumentative, but these emotions come up inside you and you start being argumentative back. You are mirroring what they want you to do, what they feel. Similarly, have you ever had a situation where you'll be in a perfectly happy mood and an individual walks into the room who may say they're okay, but they're exuding an aura and energy of depression, and suddenly your mood starts to drop? Again, you are mirroring. We do this subconsciously all the time. Most people aren't consciously aware of it, and that's part of the awakening in each of our lives, when we suddenly start to become aware of these things. Once we're aware of them, we can then change them. And this may be a moment in your life, Piscean, when you are starting to perceive this, because you can consciously stop and change the way you think, and therefore the kind of energy you are giving out to the world, and that will change how others treat you. Suddenly, your life will get better. You'll stop thinking about all the things that you don't have, and you'll start appreciating the things you do. You'll start to change how you speak, how you describe your life, how you describe your day, your expectations. Every day is a beautiful day. So this is a time in your life when there is a mini death, a death of the old you and the birth of the new you, a death of the old life and the birth of the new life. The death of an old paradigm, an old mindset, and the birth of a new paradigm and a new mindset. Second week of July, we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed, coupled with the Three of Fire. Okay, so the Three of Fire is a card that indicates it talks about the physical aspect of manifesting new ideas. So it talks about that anything new in your life that you want to develop requires practice. It requires a necessary sacrifice of energy and time and focus. Practice makes perfect. It talks about how when you're restarting on a new phase in our life, there's an element of stepping out into the unknown, of a leap of faith. It's an advisory card against cutting corners, that everything requires practice, everything requires experimentation if we want to perfect a new skill or a new hobby or a new creative endeavour or even a new way of thinking. And leading on from the first week of July, I would suggest that that's where these cards are going with. That this is talking about one of the hardest things to do when you change the way you look at your life and at yourself, when you start to let go of this victim, poor me, feel sorry for me mindset, that challenges in your life, things will happen to challenge that. And the challenge is to continue that mindset despite the challenges. Now, we're all going to make mistakes and we all slip off sometimes and revert back into that mindset. But once you're aware you have the mindset, you're always aware of it from now on. So then it is much easier to then turn your thought patterns around. Don't worry at this time about the future. Don't worry about where am I going to go from here? What am I going to do? Your path will be revealed to you. Remember the Oracle card of sharing your ideas with others, sharing what's happened to you with others, of seeking others of a similar mindset, others with similar ideas. By forming connections with people who are going through the same process of self-evaluation, of personal self-development, you will get the support you need and the assistance and the help to discover your new direction, your new path. Even if at first this isn't on a career front or a creative front, it's on simply a way of thinking. The Queen of Pentacles reversed is talking about a specific type of person, a person of extremes who is on the one hand extremely generous, on the other hand very miserly. Now this is talking about somebody who's like this in terms of money and finances, but this could be of other resources as well. If there is somebody that you know in your life who is of such character, the card is warning that this person may be a potential blockage on your new path at this time. That this person may cause impediments, that it may be somebody that you worry about upsetting in case the generosity is withdrawn as punishment. This is somebody who uses money or a resource of some kind as a weapon. And the cards are suggesting that you think about why that is. Why does this person do this? In all likelihood, it stems from a deep subconscious insecurity, that they are using something to buy friendship and then to control that friendship, to buy love and then control that love. For whatever the reason, the cards are suggesting that you stay clear of this person at this time. Now, if that's not possible, if this is somebody in your family or close to you, then I would suggest that the cards are suggesting this is an individual you don't share your thoughts with at this time, because not only will they not understand, but it could cause issues in that relationship somewhere. Lastly, the card, the reverse Queen of Pentacles, could relate to yourself. This could be another step on your personal development. Now you have let go or are letting go of this poor me and victim mindset that the world's against you and nothing ever goes right for you. Part of that process from then on is to analyze ourselves and to see our own behaviors in a new light. And sometimes this is not a very nice process. It can highlight things about ourselves we wouldn't like to admit. So look at yourself in the mirror at this time. Is the reverse Queen of Pentacles describing a characteristic of yourself? If so, then this is a time for you to reflect on that, for you to analyze where that comes from deep inside of you. Why do you behave in this way? And what effect does that have on those around you and your relationships and your life? The next two cards for July is the Hermit and the Crone reversed. Okay, so both these cards together indicate a time around about the 3rd week of July that there is going to be a sense of isolation and in your life. It's a time to withdraw from a group or a circle of friends or a relationship, to take a step back. This could be in a physical sense, it could be in an emotional sense. Coupled with the crone reversed, this indicates that there is an issue in a relationship, and because of the previous week's cards with this miserly, at the same time generous person with finances in your life, this is likely to be to do with this person. The reverse crone is saying now's the time to get angry. That this week is a time for you to withdraw and take a step back from this relationship and draw the line in the sand. It's time for you to stand up for yourself and say, no, I will not tolerate being treated in this manner. I will not tolerate being manipulated in this manner. The kind of anger that is suggesting you need is not an explosive anger, but a cold, defiant, determined anger. One that will last, one that's not going to explode like a volcano in words, but one that is going to fuel your defiance in this relationship, your defiance of being treated like this. Because ultimately, this isn't about how somebody else treats you, it's about how you are allowing somebody else to treat you. And the only reason you would allow somebody else to treat you in this way is that if you inside don't feel you deserve to be treated any better. But that has changed. According to these cards, for Pisceans, or many Pisceans, you are changing. You are in a process of rebirth. A new phase, a new cycle of events is beginning. And this cycle of events is one where you are going to be developing a greater sense of self-worth, and you will not allow others to treat you in a less than desirable way ever again. If you want to continue this relationship with this person, then waiting until you lose your temper is not going to help. That's going to be destructive to this relationship, potentially. The idea, the objective is to change this relationship and to change the other person, or encourage them to look at their own behavior in a new light. Now, if the person who is both miserly as well as generous and uses resources like money as a weapon is yourself, then this could indicate a time when you need to say to yourself, no, this will not happen again, I won't do this. It could also indicate a time when you start to see that the reasons you may be using such behaviors is because of another aspect in the relationships in your life has led to the development of these behaviors as a means for you to regain some control in that relationship. Whatever the case may be, and for every Piscean it's going to be different, now is a time to end such behaviors, whether those behaviors are coming from you or from somebody else. And remember the cards in the previous week and the previous weeks that indicated that whenever we're changing ourselves and developing new behaviors, new mindsets, new skills, basically, requires practice. And we will make mistakes, we will slip up. But as long as we keep trying to be mindful about how we behave towards ourselves and others, and how we allow others to treat us, then you will improve your relationships and how you feel about yourself, and ultimately your life in general. The last two cards of the month, we've got, this is the King of Wands, and we got the reversed Ten of Air. Okay, so 2 nice cards to end the month. The King of Wands is the energy of the King of Wands is somebody who embodies the characteristics of a protective father figure, somebody who is compassionate to others and understands, is somebody who understands themselves and others around them, somebody who is compassionate to themselves as well as others around them, somebody who values themselves and therefore others around them. This card indicates at this time that you are beginning to treat others around you and handle them both with strength of character, a strength of your own, that you know how you will be treated and you won't tolerate anything less from others, but also somebody who uses that strength in a compassionate and understanding way. The reversed 10 of air is a warning card alongside this, that this indicates somebody who has for a long time allowed others to shape how they look at themselves. It's allowed the thoughts and opinions of other people to affect how they feel about themselves. And at this time, this is one of the things that you need to start letting go of. You need to stop allowing yourself, how you perceive yourself, how much you love yourself, how much you think you're worth, to be defined by anybody else. Doing so gives too much power away to those around you. And it indicates an issue with how you feel about yourself, your self-worth, your self-validation. From the start of July, this has been a journey of looking at yourself and how you perceive yourself in the world and others in your life, letting go of this poor me victim mindset, to looking at a relationship in your life with somebody else who uses resources like money as a weapon because of their own issues with self-esteem, whether that's yourself, a relationship with yourself or somebody else. And towards the end of the month, this and then you've gone to the stage where you are using your defiant anger. Now your eyes have been opened to say, no, I will not tolerate being treated in this way. And now that has led you to analysing and looking at how you have allowed yourself to be defined by the thoughts and the behaviours of many other people in your life. Because of this process this month, you are now, by the end of the month, starting to treat yourself and others with more understanding and more compassion, and you are developing a strength, a core strength of a set of ideals of how you will tolerate people treating you and how you will tolerate yourself treating you. This is the new cycle. This is the new phase in your life. And remember to share your thoughts with others. Not everybody. If there are people in your life that you think won't understand, then be selective who you share your thoughts with. But find others who you think will understand this process and will help you with this development, these new insights. You could find that you will actually trigger the same kind of change in somebody else simply by sharing your thoughts with them. You may be pleasantly surprised as to who you find and discover has been going through the same changes in their own life, but hasn't had anybody to talk to about it, that they've been having the same changes in their own perceptions and their own thoughts. You could find that suddenly a new, deeper understanding relationship develops between you and somebody else, because suddenly you mutually discover that you're both going through the same changes. Okay, and that's the end of the reading for Pisceans for July. I hope you find this helpful. Please like the video, share on social media, and subscribe. And I will see you again at the end of July for August reading. Have a wonderful month.